I'm Zaccura and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Inktober and how I'm putting a little twist on it this year. So first, just in case you don't know what Inktober is, it is a yearly challenge for artists that takes place during the month of October. So what we do is we make one ink drawing every day for the whole month of October. The official rules are as follows: just make a drawing in ink, post it online, hashtag it with Inktober and Inktober 2017, repeat every day of October. That's it, now go make something beautiful. This challenge was originally created by an awesome illustrator named Jake Parker back in 2009, I believe. And I'll have the link to his official website in the description box, so you guys should go. If you've never heard of this challenge, this is the first time you're hearing of it, I definitely recommend you go and check out the website for more info. So what I'm doing here is, this was Inktober day 1. By the time this video is uploaded, it's probably a couple days into October, but this video was shot on October 1st, and I actually uploaded the finished piece on October 1st on my social media. So if you follow me there, you may have already seen this finished drawing. And first I penciled it out, I sketched it out with a pencil, then I inked it first with a micron and a ruler, because I don't know about using quill pens and a ruler. Sounds like it'd be a disaster. I don't know, have any of you ever tried using a quill pen with a ruler? If you did, let me know how that went, because I somehow think that wouldn't end very well. So to get some straight lines on the swing set, I used a ruler with the microns, and then I inked everything else out with India ink, and then I did an ink wash to get all the shading. I used ink wash again with India ink with brushes, and then I used one Copic marker, which you'll see how I use that in the video. So this year is going to be my second year participating. However, it's going to be my first year where I'm going to be like uploading them as I make them. Last year I didn't upload them. I just kind of did it for myself. It was the first time I heard of the challenge last year, and I thought, hey, this is an interesting idea, let's see if I can do it. And so I challenged myself to do it just for myself, and I did it, and I barely made it. And if you want to see all of those drawings, there is a video on my channel that has all of my Inktober drawings from 2016, last year. I'll have the link in the description box, and if you want to see that, you can go and check out that video. So what I did last year was kind of the traditional way of Inktober, and that is I just drew one random ink drawing every single day for the whole month of October. And that was, I didn't follow the official prompts. They have a list, they have a prompt list that you can follow, but you don't have to follow it. It's just there to help you in case you can't come up with ideas. But last year I didn't follow the prompt list. I just winged it and did all of my own stuff. So that was kind of the plan for this year as well. I was planning on just doing the same thing I did last year, and that was just to make one random ink drawing every day for the whole month. That was until about 4 days before October. So it was on September 26th. I was doodling, just sketching in my sketchbook like I do all the time, and I ended up doodling up this character, and I'll have that showing in the video right here. And she, from the very start, just really intrigued me. One, because she was drawn in a very different style than my normal stuff. If you follow this channel before, you know that I mainly do like anime, manga like stuff, and she was drawn in a more cartoony like style. And so she just really intrigued me, and I decided to actually make a character out of her, an OC, and I gave her a name, and her name is Willow. And I actually posted the sketch on Twitter, and I said I'll probably explore her character more during Inktober. And over the next few days, she kind of was more present in my mind. I started coming up with story idea for her and her world, building her world and her backstory, and she just became really interesting to me. And then the day before October, I had this idea. I thought, what if instead of having one random drawing every day for the month of October, what if instead all of the drawings link together to tell one story? So basically, after Inktober is finished, you have 31 ink drawings and one story. And I was like, whoa, this is interesting. This is a cool idea. What can I do with this? And there I had this character, Willow, and I already wanted to explore her character and her world and her story during Inktober anyway. And so I thought, what if I just make her story during Inktober? Like, that would be really cool. And so, you know, if you have been following me for a little bit, you may already know that I am not only a visual artist, but I'm also a writer. I love writing, and I mainly do writing for my graphic novel. I'm working on a graphic novel series right now. I can't really go into detail about that yet, but that's the reason why I haven't really shared any of my writings here on YouTube and really anywhere else. Because the writing is all for graphic novels, and so it's all in script format, and I don't want to spoil the story for people until, you know, the graphic novel is actually made. So that's why, but I really do love writing. I love it so much, and when writing and artwork can go hand in hand, that's when stuff just becomes so fascinating to me. One of my favorite things is making a drawing and then watching it kind of come to life as I come up with their story and their life and their personality, and just seeing them come to life as something that is more than just a drawing, but as something that has a personality and lives and breathes in the world. And so that's just like so cool to me, doing that. I've been writing for about as long as I've been drawing, and so I'm growing as an artist. I'm also growing as a writer, and they're kind of growing together. So I'm always practicing on my storytelling abilities. There's actually only one piece of writing that I think I've ever shared online so far, and that was it's on my DeviantArt. If you guys want to see it, I'll have the link in the description box if you really want to read it. It's kind of odd and deep, I guess. It was something that I wrote in one sitting. It was a first-person story, I guess, and it was kind of just a challenge for myself to just try and write about something random. I took a random object, in this case I took water, and I tried to write a story about water that had water as like its subject. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, that's in the description box. But anyway, so yeah, I love writing, and I'm always trying to grow with my storytelling abilities. And so I thought, what's a better way to test one's storytelling abilities than to try and tell a story without any words, with just drawings, and a pretty small amount of drawings too. 31 drawings is not a whole lot of drawings to tell a whole story. And so the challenge just seemed so interesting to do, and so it's kind of like a challenge on top of a challenge. You have to draw every day, and you also have to try and make a story from the drawings. So yeah, that's way to go, Zaccura, to make it harder on yourself. Though it does remove one difficulty from Inktober, and that is coming up with ideas, because coming up with ideas can actually be the hardest part of Inktober. And that is just, after a while you start to run out of steam, and you're like, what do I draw today? So in this case, I'm going to be like, oh, I know what I'm going to draw today. I'm going to draw the next part of the story, whatever that is. So anyway, the night before October 1st, so September 30th, I sat down and I dissected the story into 31 images. So I just kind of made my own prompt list, really, of what I'm going to draw for every day of Inktober. And they were really, really rough prompts, because I came up with the character only like 4 days ago, so I really didn't know much about her or her world yet, so I left a lot of that to just what I'm going to come up with at the time. But I do have the whole overall outline of the story and what needs to get conveyed in each drawing, but how I'm going to convey it and how I'm going to draw it is really going to be on the spot on that day. So we'll see what happens. So I won't be able to upload all of them here on YouTube as I make them. For that, you can follow me on social media, particularly Twitter or Instagram, because those two will be updated more often than my DeviantArt and Newgrounds. Of course, I will try and update all of them whenever I have the chance to get them all updated. But uploading takes time, you know, and time that I just often don't have, to be honest. And so if I miss a couple days of uploading, it's probably not because I didn't draw that day. It's probably just because I didn't have the time to, you know, take the photo and put the watermark and then, you know, post it with the hashtags and all that stuff. So, you know, it takes time to do that, and I might not have time to do that every single day. But if you don't have social media at all, or you just don't dig it, don't worry, because after Inktober is finished, I will have a video here on YouTube showcasing all of my Inktober drawings together. So even if you don't have social media, you will still eventually see this finished product here on YouTube. But if you want to follow the journey along the way and see them as I make it and follow the story day by day, then yes, you can follow me on social media. All the links are in the description box as always. And I think that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will follow me on this journey of drawing. I hope everything goes well, and we'll see what happens, see how it unfolds. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. If you have any comments or any video suggestions, I always love to hear them. And until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, always. See ya!